Good morning, RJ. Long time no see, man. How's it going? Martin, how are you? Da Vinci? Man, my hearing's really weird this morning. Down Under Maker, how are you today, brother? Did you have a good day? See me all the time. I understand. I get it. I get it. I watch a lot of streams while I'm driving too, or listen to them. Captain, good morning, sir. You're up early today. How was your FedEx driver when he finally showed up? Family group chat goes off all day. All day. I think one day I didn't read any of the messages and I had notifications for like 180 some messages. I turned my phone on silent because of it. My message tone for like when I got a text message was a train whistle. Ouch. I thought they loaded their own trucks. So speaking of heavy, I've got some heavy things on their way, some of which arrived today, some of which probably arrive tomorrow or the day after. I've got 5 kilograms of polymaker filament showing up today, a 3 kilogram spool of white ABS, spool of Starlight filament, a spool of some orange ABS, orange ABS, I think. And then tomorrow or the day after, 2 5 kilogram spools of black ABS. Polymaker sponsored the workbench build to continue along. So thanks to Polymaker for that. Not only did they sponsor this build, but they've sponsored that build. So thank you, Polymaker. As ever, appreciative of you. Family chats, a group messaging, text messaging string. I tried to get them all onto Discord like 3 years ago. That failed miserably. Yeah, way to go, Polymaker. So you can add up the cost of, PPS-CF. They just sent me $100 gift card. I got that and got a roll of carbon fiber nylon, just in case, So we'll use it on something, and they will have sponsored content. They didn't know they were sponsoring it yet. I didn't know they were sponsoring it yet because we don't know what we're doing with it. But yeah. So the rest, the filament for this is absolutely getting used all on that. I did the math on that. Even that does not allow room for much in the way of print failures. So that's going to be a tight one. Printing 15 kilograms of filament with little to no print failures is going to be a fun one. Holy cow. We need them to do free shipping to the US at $7 a spool. Crap. Yeah. So, yesterday, we got the gantry all installed. Did I tighten up those back ones? I can't remember if I tightened up those back screws. We better check that real quick. Let's go over here. Before we get any further along, just give this a little. That's tight. Tighten these up. That's nice and straight. Oh no. We've got either a stripped out bolt or a stripped out drop-in nut on this one. That's not good. Or I just put the wrong size in there. M5 by 12. I do have M5 by 12. Let's see. That seems better. That might even look better too with black instead of silver. Yeah, there we go. Always over here dropping crap. Ugh. Yeah, this is true. Finding a stripped out bolt now is definitely better. It wasn't stripped out. It just was only catching like one turn on these rolling nuts. So we're just going to go with a little bit longer. Get that tightened. There we go. All right, so now we're on to the Blackbird tool head. Let's take a look at what we've got to do over here with that real quick. So this is arch type tool head by Armchair Heavy Engineering. Havoc, what'd you miss so far? So far we tightened some screws on the tool, on the gantry. So we gotta prepare carriage blocks, some heat screws. What's nice about this is, look at this, they give you like a little animated thing. Boom. Nice, right? Then some pictures to go with it. We'll just pause this. So 4 screws go there. All right. Oh, also, so yesterday, printed out a whole bunch of maker chips. They came out, turned out really well. Kegel, how's it going? Is this not the coolest little leather coin pouch for carrying around your maker chips? So we come on, focus. There we go. They came out pretty good. Got the QR code on the back. I might need to do something where the Z offset is different for PLA versus ABS with the beacon. I had to figure out how to do that. But yeah, that turned out really good. And then I went to go do some other prints. Thank you for the sub, KTV Cable. Welcome. And the Ghost in the Machine came back on the Trident where it doesn't want to connect. Also, yesterday I found out that I had pin mislabeled for one of the toolhead fans, so only one side of the cooling fans were working this whole time. It's like, why is that fan on the right not spinning? As long as you don't have a super polished side, because then the edges bash up the polished side. Huh? I'm confused. What are you saying, Down Under Maker? Oh, no, 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 no. So, you're talking about the issue on the printer causing mainsail not to connect is because of clipper screen? I don't understand. Sometimes it'll load up. Load it up here. All right. And then I go to print something. And it'll get various ways into the start macro and shut down. So we're gonna try it here. It got partway through a print and shut down. It shut down a couple times in the middle of the startup macro in various spots. I pulled the clipper log and couldn't figure out what was going on with it. So we'll see what happens here. Trying to print some parts we need for this thing. If it fails on this, we're going to pull the roll of filament out and print it on the Micron. So here we are. Let's go ahead and get our parts out for that. So 1, 2. I'm going to pull up the instructions over here on my iPad. Get the fracks from Fabrico heating up. Clipper screen has access to DHCP stuff because it has the ability to change Wi-Fi, but that's a different issue. Now you have more info. Now I gave more info. Yeah. Yeah, so this pouch guy at work, well, there's actually 2 guys at work that do leather work stuff. And the one guy I traded some of these to. I posted up a picture. They are a bunch of coins, say 1 fuck to give. I traded him like a dozen of these and he made me a pouch to put them in. But I was like, you know what? We'll put the maker chips in there instead. My plan was to walk around and hand these out to people. They tell me they don't give a fuck about something. I can be like, oh, well, here's a fuck to give. JPP, good morning, sir. So yesterday's second stream with the Nerf blasters didn't happen because my daughter decided that she wanted to play with kinetic sand and then she wanted to play Monopoly instead. So we played with kinetic sand and played Monopoly. Unicorns and llamas Monopoly. Much different rules than regular Monopoly. Happy to say I won. I won. Unicorns won. Yeah, it's interesting. So there's only $100 and $500 bills in it. And the winner's decided by who has the most properties at the end of the game, not who has the most money or anything. And so when you land on somebody's property, you pay them the amount that it costs, but you also have the option to pay the bank $100 to put one of your tokens on top of their tokens, and now the property's yours. And once there's 3 tokens on there, it's locked into that player, and you play on teams. So if you got more than 2 people, you play on teams. So, you know, up to 8 players or whatever, 4 llamas and 4 unicorns, and you work together. It's interesting. I did not make a kinetic sand cat box. I don't have a cat. It was a kinetic sand restaurant thing. You make hamburgers and French fries. She's got a dinosaur hunt thing where you excavate dinosaur bones. She's got one that's like a construction site with like backhoes and a big crane and all sorts of stuff like that. She's got way too much money in magnetic tiles. She's getting into Legos. Might I add that this is not me. This is 100% her asking for stuff. She sees it and goes, I want that. So she wants Legos. She wants magnet tile. She builds giant castles and forts, and she builds prisons to put her little people in. The Nerf blasters is 100% her. The basketball stuff is basketball, football, soccer. She's into sports. She's into building stuff. We played Pogs yesterday for like 3 hours using maker chips as slammers and those fuck to give things as Pogs. All right, let's get some heat sets. She does, man. She's into everything. Dead Aim, welcome to the chat. But did you need the parks? Huh? What do you mean, did I need the parts? Oh, did I anneal the parts? I did not. So there's annealing them and not annealing them. You switch some strengths. So annealing them makes them way stronger, but makes them more brittle. So the amount of strength that I would gain by annealing them, I didn't think was worth the trade-off of making them more brittle and prone to breakage with a crash or something. So I felt that worried about creep. I don't know. I don't think that necessarily be an issue. Were they made with PPS? I'll have to make some Pog slammers out of PPS. That'd be a great idea. Man, I had so many Pogs back in the mid-90s. Newcastle events, by the way, welcome. It's nice to see some new faces in chat. We are at 899. Well, that last sub put us at 900 subscribers on the channel. So thank you all for that. Much appreciated. And we are over the 2,000 watch hours. So we are less than 1,000 watch hours from getting the first level of monetization. I had some pretty crazy slammers too, but I found that the plastic ones actually worked better than the metal ones. The heavier plastic ones, the metal ones were actually like too heavy. Yeah, hot chamber will probably anneal them quite a bit. What I'm thinking is if this works out, I might do the parts and the micron and PPS glass filled. And I did not print the part that holds the beacon in this, because that would be conductive and throw off beacon. I did realize the other day though that I had printed all the parts for clicky. I'm like, why do I have these clicky parts in here? I'm like, oh yes, I didn't have beacon back when I got this. So yeah, I had like a matte thing. I can't remember what it was made of, but I had some sort of mat for the Pogs. The thing that I really like about this heat set iron is it is so much narrower. It's got this nice long thing on it for, oh yeah. I'm never going to be able to put heat sets into PPS at 280 degrees. We're going to have to go way hotter. Oh, Lord. Forgot about that. that was never going to work. Oh my Lord, what are you doing over here? Let's get this one up. Yeah, man. I've got cartographer on the Micron down there. That's the white and purple one. And I've got beacon on the Trident. We're going to have beacon on this. I really want to get cartographer to put onto the switch wire that I have and the switch wire that we're going to build. Just because I can't afford 2 more beacons. Captain Kern, that is pretty sweet. So congratulations to Captain Kern. He hit 100,000 followers. It's followers on Twitch, right? So congrats to him. I like seeing my friends succeed. Speaking of which, if you are not subscribed to Down Under Maker or JPP or Captain Kern, all those guys have YouTube channels. Down Under Maker streams normally, what is it? Is it Wednesdays or Tuesdays at 10 p.m. Eastern time? Like 10 a.m. for him, but then JPP does some game night streams. Is going to be doing some 3D printing streams here as he gets his shop together. Wednesdays 10 p.m. Eastern. And then Captain has a schedule as well. His is posted up somewhere. If you go to his channel, I'm sure there'll be a link to his Discord where you can find his schedule. So that is the Doom Cube Micron. The entire thing is mods. There is no official build for that. All the files for it, as you see there, are up on my GitHub. I worked with all the people in the Doomicron channel on Printers for Ants GitHub, and all the designers to get all the files that work together for different builds for both the rounded extrusions and the square extrusions. I worked with all the guys, got everything together for what you'd need to build a printer with that. There's no instructions, so it's very much you got to kind of figure this out. And with 1515 extrusions and not having any drop-in nuts, you've got to preload everything. That can be fun. I should have documented all that when I rebuilt it and had some sort of information and made a manual, but alas, I do not have that energy or time. But if you're wanting to do a Doomed Cube version of the Micron, everything is up on my GitHub, link in the description. 125 subs. Yeah, go subscribe to Down Under Maker, man. He's doing excellent work. His streams are way more professional than mine. You know, but that's kind of my thing, is the unprofessionalness of this whole thing. It's just hanging out with friends in one of your friends' garage working on crap. You'll hit me up on Discord. Yeah, it's a fun build, man. And like I said, worked with Move Fishy to get files made for square corner extrusions, since the rounded ones aren't really available anymore. You try not to rage quit streams. I've been there, brother. I've been there. Ah. Yeah. So that's very fun. Let's I keep waiting too long and this thing goes to sleep. There we go. All right. So heat sets in the PPS-CF. $350C works. That needs to go in a little further. Oh, that one's going to be interesting. We're going to have to go over to the other one because this gets fat right there and it's kind of in the way. These all have some material on them because they are reclaimed heat sets. All right. Let's go over here to the stealth press. Plug that in. Turn the heat up on her. Yeah, Micron plus 180. I'm interested in that to a redo. Yeah. So it's a great one, man. I get chamber temps in excess of 90C in there, man. Even with the shop out here being below freezing in winter, I was getting chamber temps of almost 80. So if you need to print something hot, boy, is that an option, man. All right, let's see. No, let's turn her up higher. Let's turn her up higher. We'll let that heat up for a minute. That takes a little bit longer to heat that thing than this thing does. If I just hit the minus sign. Oh, it's cooling off. It's cooling off. Good job. Good job, heat set. It smells hot, boy. It smells hot. You trying to say that the bad attitude is down to genetics? that what we were trying to say? Oh, saying screw you. Okay, I got you. I think saying that proves his point, though, Down Under Maker. All right, there's one. You're a Brit. So, guys, I need your help. I need to find a really cool project idea that I can reach out to Bamboo Labs and say, hey, guys, I got this really cool project idea. You guys want to sponsor it with like a printer and some filament? And get them to send me a printer. I was thinking I should ask them to sponsor the workbench build because I need a reliable printer to print stuff for the workbench so I can work on my Vorons. You know, I need a printer that doesn't break down to build a bench to build and fix printers that do. What do you mean Bamboo rarely supports anything? They send printers to everybody in the world right now. Just less so people 3D printing. They send them to everybody who doesn't 3D print right now. Joe, welcome to chat, sir. Trying to heat set peak. Ooh, yeah. What do you need for that? Probably like what, 400 and some on that? All right, what size screws does this take? M3x6s. The Southerners do. Southerners do. All right. So, hey, Zip. Good morning. She's not quite ready to talk yet. She's just going to sit at her desk. You want to do the Nerf guns today? All right, we'll do the Nerf guns today. We do them after lunch? Okay. Are you gonna electrocute some flies over there? Oh, crap. I'm on the wrong thing again. You heard a rumor that Vegemite was what was left over after Chernobyl. You used a blowtorch and an old screwdriver for your heat sets? That's hilarious. All right. We're gonna find a spot to lock this thing in place. Turn that off. We're gonna come around this way. All right, we're gonna lock it there. Try it to stay PG-13 during my streams in case my students are worse. Still their parents watch. I don't try to stay anything. I tried to just stay myself. Too much work to be somebody you're not. But I totally get your reasonings. All right. So what do we got now? M3 by 16. And two M5. Man, I don't know if I got M3 by 16 flatheads. I don't. I'm gonna wager that it probably doesn't matter to a whole hell of a lot. So M5 washer. Interesting, adding support to the back of this. Oh, that's why. That's why. I got 14s. I don't have 14s. Do I have 18s? I have 18s. Will this work or do I need to cut them down? Let's find out. So here's what we've got. Get back. No, not that screen. This one. So comes in through the back to add more structural support there. We'll just have to see if these come through the front. If they do, we'll have to cut them down. Man, I'm not really sure, Captain. I'll be honest, I don't do a whole lot of painting stuff in Orca. And when I do, it takes me forever. If they're elevated, you can just do it by layer. Yep, they poke out just a little bit. Poke out just a little bit. So we're gonna have to take a hair off of these. Raise the letters up above everything else, and then just paint it by level, and just say from this point up I want this color or something. I don't know. All right, so we gotta grind these down just ever so slightly. Damascus, how's it going? How are you today? I'm gonna put a nut on here, and then that way after I grind it, I can kind of back that off and clean up the threads on the end of it with that nut. All right. Well, shit, that ain't right. The hell? Canceled. Why is it canceled? Oh, okay. A bunch of gunk on the nozzle or something down here? Temperature 220. I gotta move this so I can get back here to my bench grinder. That's cool, man. It's cool to see new folks coming into the hobby. It's always cool to see big names, especially people you never thought would be into the same thing you are, finding out that somebody like that's in the same thing you are is always fun. That's the thing, man. Some of those guys, they're smart dudes, man. It takes a fair bit of intelligence to make it that far in life, regardless of what some other people might want to say or think. All right, clean that off. Let's try this again. Ooh. Yeah. Hot end was too hot. I've not tried Blender. I've got, what do I've got on? I've got Nomad Sculpt on my iPad. I've also got Fusion on there. What's preview? What is that? Interesting. What is this? Oh, interesting. I'm gonna have to make a phone call for that one. All right, let's grind this down real quick. Might be easier with pliers. Definitely not as hot on the hand. The safety glasses are bouncing off the grinding wheel. That's good. All right. Got some screws ground down. Why do they keep revoking your Fusion license? I think I've got Shaper 3D on the iPad. Okay. One. The hell? Where did I put the other one at? Oh, there it is. It's over here. Why is the door closed? It's getting so hot out here. There we go. Not a full-time staff member because I do substitute teaching it almost entirely in the department that teaches CAD, but they hate me because I don't take their. Yeah, well, I can understand that. But a lot of people dislike me for the same reason. Cody, how's it going? So I see a lot of new names in chat today. Make sure you go down there and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. While you're down there, feel free to hit that like button as well. All right. There we go. What's up next? What's up next? Oh, you know what? I should probably unplug. I did unplug it. Good on me. Good lurker. That's fine too. All right, let's take a look at what this guy is saying over here. Okay, this is cooled down some, so let's try reprinting that. Monitor. Belt tubes. 3x45 pins of your choice. Video coming soon. Your belt should be routed through your gantry at this point. Now we're going to install the belt clips. Pull the belt through the belt clips. Make a loop and pinch together so the teeth are locking together. Pull the belt back through the same hole in the clip. Leave them slack. Okay, that's confusing as all hell. Let's see if we can figure this out. First things first. I need those. All right, we've got beefy front idlers. Got a kit that I bought like 2 years ago for just such an occasion. Comes with a whole bunch of goodies. Yeah, it does. But for now, what we need is one of these pins. Does this need shims? I feel like it probably does. Yep, definitely needs shims. We've got pins, and we've got 1mm shims. It's going to be way easier if I take this out. Just how easy is this to get out of here? Oh yeah, definitely going to need whatchamacallit on the back of this too. I think they take, yeah, they take some nuts in the back, so I got to pull it out anyway. All right, so put this in there. Good, good. One. Zippy, you're back.
Happy my breakfast.
You gotta eat your breakfast? What are you having for breakfast? Waffle? Girl loves waffles and brown and surf sausages. Okay. Get another pin. Yeah. I let Corgi out, yes. 8 o'clock. I let Corgan out at 8 o'clock. I did not let Patty out now. So down under maker, I've been looking, and in the interest of getting my 2 8-terabyte hard drives functioning as a NAS, and considering that I am probably not going to be using Proxmox for all of its other stuff, I think I'm going to go ahead and switch Proxmox out to TrueNAS Scale. I looked at Unraid, which is what I'd really like to do, but it costs like 40 bucks. There's no longer a free thing. There's a free 30-day trial. But to get the software is 40 bucks right now for up to 6 drives, which I would like, because then I could take all the drives that are on the 8 gigabyte Pi 4 and put those on that in that RAID cluster, and use those as well, all on that one thing, because they're currently not redundant or backed up at all on the Pi. It's just kind of 2 drives. But I don't know. Maybe I should just figure out a way to come up with 40 bucks and pay for Unraid. But I gotta stop paying $10 a month for 2 terabytes of iCloud storage when I have all that stuff sitting right there. Melissa, how's it going? Armored 3D Printing, what's up, man? Good to see y'all this morning. All right, so belts. Get out of here. Get out. Let's check and see if these are the same length. Well, they would seem to be not the same length. But let's double check it. Okay. There we go. Now they're the same length. All right. It's always fun running belts that have already been used before. Install your replacement hot end. What kind of hot end you got? Welcome to chat, by the way. All right. It's one belt. Now, let me see something. I printed these the other day. These are by Physitech. So this one will go on this side. And this one will go on this side. This holds your belts in place. So let's see. And it'll hold tension on them and everything. So we're going to put that and that. I'm not going to put it to hold tension on it. I just want it to not pull around. So put my belts in there. Slide this in here. So let's put that in there like that. And then just put that. Get in there. There we go. Let me get, Jesus, you guys got to tell me. I got you on the wrong screens. So this holds your belts. Put your belts through there. And you can put T-nuts in there if you would like, and it would hold tension on them and keep your belts from pulling out, or hold tension on it while you're trying to do all your tool head stuff, whatever you got going on. I just don't want them to move from the spot that they're in. Armor 3D printing, you did say something. Rapido Ace Ultra High Flow, is that what you're pulling out and putting in on your Trudon 2.0 with A4T hot end? Nice. So this is going to go through here. And then around there. I got it twisted. All right. There we go. Running belts is always so much fun. You just got your 2.4 printing yesterday. What was wrong with it? Yeah, it broke your Rapido Ace Ultra High Flow. What? How'd you break it? Oh, it's a new build? Nice. What size did you build? Did you stream that and I totally missed it, or? Some reason I don't get notifications for when you go live unless you post them in my Discord. YouTube doesn't notify me for your stuff for some reason. And I haven't been getting any notifications from your Discord. So I don't know if that's a me thing or what's going on there. All right. I got a trade for building the Doom Cube. Oh, okay. Bearded Printer, how are you today? Watched you on Pezliz's stream last night. Man, that's one heck of a deal though, Armor 3D printing. You got a 2.4 for building a Doom Cube, which you used for content on your channel. You made out like a bandit. And the Trident disconnected. Clipper disconnected. Take a look at the Clipper log here. You're not going to let me make you bigger, huh? Nice. 95229. Shutdown clock. Static string ID. Emergency stuff. Beacon, shutdown, emergency stuff. Why is Beacon shutting down? NeoPixel. Trying to figure out why. Unable to obtain NeoPixel response. NeoPixel update did not succeed. It's all why is all this NeoPixel stuff not working? All right. Just out of curiosity, if I go into it was a ton of work. Yeah, they are. Wonder if I go in here and take out all of that. Save and restart. Reboot. It might just be too taxing on the stupid thing with everything else going on to also run all this NeoPixel code. That might be why we're getting all the flickering and stuff like that. We might need to move all the NeoPixel stuff over to like its own little controller. Either over to like a Pico. My Pi is at 60 degrees. Yeah. What's the beacon allowed to get to? Temperature sensors. Chamber. Pi. Leviathan. MCU. Driver. 4-volt. Bed mesh. Breaking tune. Beacon. Does it have a max temp? Where's the beacon temp at? Is it in its own little thing that I can't see? Probably hidden in a file that I can't freaking see. Later, JPP. All right. Anyway, see what happens now with the LEDs turned off. Just like locked to green, whatever. All right, so how does this go? All right, something's not right here because this doesn't even have. This doesn't even have a hole all the way done. Yeah, something ain't right. Because that definitely ain't gonna work. All right, let's go look at some files. All right. Monitor. Later, Armor 3D Printing. Thanks for hanging out. New project. Well, that's that. But that looks nothing like what's in the instructions. The heck is going on? Does this make as little sense to everybody else as it does to me? See here? It's got like an entire wraparound thing. Doesn't freaking exist on whatchamacallit? Bearded printer, question for you. Do you happen to have a floppy zebra? All right, let's see. I just asked. So, you guys might hear me call the smallest one Zippy. And she does definitely zip all over the place in everything she does. But when she was a baby, we had this little zebra. And if you push the button, it sang a song. It was like Zippy, Zippy Zebra. And she loved that thing. And that's where the nickname came from. And it just so happened that she definitely zips. All right. Let's go get a saw and cut this tubing. I was like, this has got to be faster than getting out the Dremel and all that crap. Maybe I was wrong. So we'll get out diamond cutoff wheel. That's definitely not 22 millimeters, folks. All right, let's try this again. Hello, Zip. What? Because I needed to borrow it. I tried to print one last night and it failed. Woo. She's hot. That's better. All right. No, we're not doing any more hammering right now. All right. So this goes in like this. Wraps around like this. Just like that. Oh man, none of this makes any sense. And they don't have any freaking pictures of the belts going through here. I doubt that makes any dollars either. Belt clips. Pull your belt through the belt clips. Make a loop and pinch together so the teeth are locking together. Pull the belt back through the same hole in the clip. and leave enough slack in the previous step and slide 4mm through the opening of the loop and through the center of the clip. Pull your belt through the belt clips. Make a loop. All right, let me show you what I got. And you guys tell me if this makes any more freaking sense to you. Go with this. All right, so the belt's coming through, looping around that, coming back out, and then the extra's getting tucked in the front. All right, it's just squeezing on that. Does that make sense? Does that seem right? That's all I've got. If it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense, bearded printer. Where's my vape? I need my freaking vape. MCU, timer too close. This often indicates that the host computer is overloaded. Check for other processes consuming excessive CPU time. High swap usage, disk errors, overheating, unstable voltage, or similar system problems on the host computer. What? Patty went potty outside? Good. That's good. Yep. So, I got rid of the NeoPixel stuff, and this shows up. I have a Pi 5. Wonder if I get rid of Octo everywhere. Is there an uninstall? Started now. All right. Terminal. SSH. Pi. At. How do you get to Kiao? How do you spell that anyway? K-I. K-I-A-U-H. K-I-A-U. Figure out how to get to it. Yes. Two. Three. 14. Okay. Close. Reboot. Gotta reboot the PC. All right. All right, well that does that. Let's do this while counting some stuffs. All right. So go same on that. Drop this. That's the wrong one. System shutdown. System shutdown host. All right. Actually, it says we can use an Allen key temporarily. I think that's what we're going to do. Rather than dealing with that, let's go over here. $2.5. That gonna work? There we go. Lovely. Let's get this out of here. There we are. Why are these not the same freaking length? What is going on? That's not wrapped around the right spot. That's not wrapped around the right spot. All right, there we go. But we've got problems because these belts are not going to be long enough. The belts are not going to be long enough. We need longer belts. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that, Martin. That sucks, sir. All right. So these belts come just to here. They need to kind of wrap around and all that. So these belts are nowhere near long enough. We're going to give it the old turn her off and turn it back on again routine. Yeah, there you go. Barry Printer's got an idea. Use the money from working the weekend, take all that overtime money, treat yourself to a new printer and a new Nerf blaster. Pyro, how's it going? All right, guys, we've been having problem after problem after problem today. So show your support by going down there and giving the stream a like. Yeah. Some of my between this Trident's issues and the issues with this, we're getting real close to doing a Down Under Maker Rage Quit. Did I hit? Yes, I hit 900 subs. I did that during the stream when KTY Cable subscribed. So we're getting real close to 1,000 subs, which is what we need for the second step of monetization. First step needs 3,000 watch hours and 500 subscribers. Second step needs 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. So we're getting real close to that first step. We just need less than 1,000 more watch hours. And then we're getting pretty close on that second step too, which would need just under 2,000 watch hours and another 100 subscribers. So, if you've got friends in the 3D printing community, spread the word. Just, you know, you're talking to folks, be like, hey, you know, you should really check out Projects in Dad's Garage. He's doing some fun crap over there. I think if we cut that right there, we should be good. As long as that's less than half. It is less than half. That's going to give us plenty to work with. If you're on social medias, like Twitter or X, or you're in Facebook groups. See, I'm not really on any of those. I've got an X account, but I'm gonna be honest, the only time I use it is to go look at audio posts to see what new stuff they've got coming. We're gonna do that after lunch. Yeah, so if you guys aren't busy today, this afternoon after lunch, me and my esteemed co-hosts, say hi. Turn, say hi. Just wave. This one is going to be out here. We're going to make some Nerf blasters. We're making bigger ones this time, right?
Bigger ones.
Yeah, bigger ones. You gonna show everybody your other Nerf blasters? Show everybody your Nerf blasters.
Yes.
Yep, Nerf blasters.
Art, this is mine. Show everybody else.
We're gonna build some bigger blasters.
Somewhere I've been the whole time. Somewhere I've been.
All right, so here's what we're gonna do.
Tell them I was on vacation the whole time.
You were on vacation.
Tell them.
I did. She was on vacation. So that's why we haven't got to make these blasters yet, huh?
Whatever I try to do, stack all these things. And try to do this. I'm gonna try to make the whole thing.
All right. So let's see. Let's get this belt.
No.
Tuesday being Tuesday, wishing I was still on vacation time off, but instead I get to meet with my boss's boss in 20 minutes. Ouch. Hopefully it goes well. All right, how many teeth do we got on this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 teeth. I need 2 hands. I'm not trying to hold. See, what we're trying to do is force this belt through that little hole while the belt is doubled back on itself. I wonder if I do this, if this would make it easier. And it does. Look at that. Fucking Christ.
Look, Daddy. I'm trying to build something.
All right, so we go like this.
Stick. See, Daddy? Watch. When I add this.
Hold on there, Zip.
Yeah. Let me get one. Let me get one.
Hey, any of you guys out there watching that might be on some of these printer things, if you're associated with some of these less expensive printer builds, simpler printer builds, in essence of like the Rook or the Positron or anything like that, and you would like to sponsor a stream where a 6-year-old builds your printer, reach out, let me know. Zippy, you want to build your own 3D printer? Yes.
Daddy, watch this. So, I put
All right, so let's put this in here. Drop that through there. Let's start belting a printer. Now, one of these is going to be way easier than the other. So this is our top one. This turns 90 degrees, goes back here.
Daddy,
This one,
Daddy, can you give me some of these 2 things? And some of these?
cannot connect to Moonraker. Max tries with URL failed to establish new connections. Connection refused.
Daddy, can you give me some of these? Daddy, can you give me some of these in a bowl? Daddy,
Hold on.
can you give me some of these in a bowl? Like that, that, that.
Well, give me a second, Zip.
Can you give me some of all these? Daddy. Dad, can you give me some of these? Can you give me some of all these, Daddy?
You gotta give me a minute, Zip.
Or you give me some of these things I have in my hand? Dad, these are what?
All right. Someone to sponsor a Giga. Oh Lord. Please, Elegoo, if you're gonna sponsor a printer for my 6-year-old, please God, not a Giga. Centauri Carbon would be good. All right. All right, this is twisted. That's wrong. There we go.
Microphone.
You want your microphone? You gonna talk to people? All right. Give me 1 second. Here, Zip.
Daddy,
Yeah,
can I have a couple of these?
I'm gonna get you some. Hold on.
With that metal. That's on the metal on it. Okay? That's on the metal. I need metal too.
You need metal.
What color is small? Let me take one of these and it doesn't fit. Watch this cool trick.
All right. There you go, Zippy. Here's a bowl. And a couple of washers. Here's some nuts.
Daddy, how about how about
There's some bolts.
I need some more. I need one of long silver.
Hold on, I'm getting you some stuff here. Just bear with me for a second. I uninstalled Octo everywhere and now it doesn't want to work at all.
Can you give me more little ones?
There's some wrenches.
Can you give me more little ones? Give me more little ones like these. Daddy, can you give me more little ones like this?
Oh, that's good.
Dad, can you give me
At least you don't have to work this weekend. What do you need now?
can you give me more these little?
Here you go. There's a whole drawer of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're not working the weekend, but I guess that means no new printer though, right? All right. And you wanted a microphone, Zip. What, are you going to talk to everybody? All right, co-host is here. You're going to talk to everybody. I guess I should probably get this up. There we go. There's the co-host. Okay,
What
there
are
you go.
these wrenches for? What are these for?
That's what you use to tighten everything. So the other side, they go into that hole.
What do I
There's
do?
2 different size holes. So there's big ones and there's small ones.
What do I do?
Let's just use to turn it. Need to get rid of the corporate job and all the meetings. Yeah, meetings suck. All right.
Tight up.
So around there, around here. And this one's got to go
Daddy, I think I slide to
just
this.
through the bottom.
Daddy,
Hold
help
on.
me. Thing got stuck. Thing got stuck on me.
It's stuck.
Yeah. The microphone.
Uh-oh. Got stuck to the tray. Yeah. Let's put it down here. Say something. Go ahead and say hi. You gotta say, not make a noise, say something. So they can tell you if they hear you. You gotta take the kid to work. Are you streaming this morning, Captain? All right.
A little hot. We're down.
Let's see if this is all the same length.
Not to look high.
Looks about right. Put everything in its right place. Up to around there.
What?
Up to around there.
What are these?
Up
These.
there.
I didn't know these things. These stickers. What is what? What? These broken stickers. They drop. See, I'm gonna try these. Okay.
Seems about right. All right. Let's feed these through here.
Get a little bit more.
We got to cut our pin.
I'll try to get this one. This one. This one.
Captain, I'm sorry, I did not realize you were streaming this morning. You normally stream in the evening. I did not mean to like overlap your time, bud. Whoa.
Grab that.
What'd you drop?
That.
Drop that?
Yeah.
What?
Daddy, just get back to me. What are you doing? What is this thing?
It's a tube. I don't know that you can use it for anything. Here, you want a benchy? More in smalls.
Just you play with me? Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so that I don't know, Smalls. That did not work. Let's go SSH pi at trident dot local.
Daddy, found my thing.
Two enter. Let's go install.
Can I bring it to my table?
One.
Can I bring this thing
Yes,
to my
let's install
table?
Octo everywhere. See if that works.
I'm bringing it to my table. Just can you move out of my chair, please?
You saw that I was sitting here, and then you want to go.
I can't sit down and work.
You're fine.
I need to sit down.
You're fine.
I need to sit down.
You're fine.
I need to sit down.
You're
I
fine.
need to sit down.
No,
I need to sit down.
no.
I've already been working on this stuff for a long time, so I don't want you to sit.
Gaming in the morning. All right. Well, at least we're not overlapping the same content. But I try not to stream the same time my friends are streaming.
Yeah.
So right now we're reinstalling Octo everywhere on the Trident, since uninstalling it seems to like break everything.
What are you trying to
Oh,
do? That's why I told you to get up.
Yes.
Sit up like.
All right. So now I need to enter this stupid thing
So we take.
over here. Octo everywhere.
Wait, put this in six.
5 servers.
Put this in six.
No, go away.
Now let me put this down.
Settings.
I need those. I need.
Oh god. Add a printer.
I need. Process.
Oh, wait a minute. I need to go to HTTP.
Tell those. Don't
Yes.
repeat.
// Yeah.
This.
No, I don't have any money. I don't have any money.
I'll pick up this.
Enter code.
Oh. See this? See? Click on these. These. And just like that. This one. That can slip out. This, I think. Pick it up. That. This. I put enough weight on this. It will. All the weight on it.
Disconnect. Every time I try to do this, it brings up freaking whatchamacallit. There we go.
I might see this.
Well, I've got a webcam on the printer. So that's something, I guess. What's it say when I try to go to it? All right. So let's go over here. Hit that. Go over main sale. Try again.
Hold on.
Now we've got something over here now. Update Octo everywhere. Close. Firmware restart. All right, later, Captain. Well, we're back over here now. Why is my freaking pie at 60 some degrees? What do we think? Do we think that we need to just swap out the Pi for a Pi 5? I should be able to just take the SD card and stick it in the Pi 5.
You think?
A little bit more processing power. Be able to handle all this, you think?
I'm so can come back and get him. Think? No.
What are you doing over there?
Fine.
Hot. We're gonna let that cool off. That is hot. Well, let's see what it does when I try to print something. If this doesn't work, we're gonna swap out to a Pi 5. You don't think it'll work?
Can I go inside?
You want to go inside?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
I take my finger off.
Say goodbye to the co-host. She's off. All right, did this cool down any? Yeah. There we go. How close are we to our 22 millimeters? That'll work. Short answer, no. The Pi 5 requires bookworm. Longer answer, yes, but it requires a lot of work. And by the looks of it, it doesn't seem like you're up for the task. Ouch, Andy. That was mean. No, it won't be a problem. All right, so we need to be right about there. That needs to go way back there. All right. Double this back around over here. Same thing on this one. Get another Allen key. Hold this in place. Hey, I said I wasn't up for the task. Look, man, I'm not going to get my feelings hurt. I realize that it seems like I'm an idiot in his garage working on stuff, and half the time that's true. So you're not hurting my feelings any. I get it. But at the same time, I'm smart enough to know what I don't know and find the answers to those questions. All right. Let's put the Dremel away. Hopefully we're done with that. And then I guess we're going to figure out how to do the rest of this without any instructions, because it doesn't look like there is any. We'll go find some pictures of Blackbird somewhere in here. Core, probes, ducks, Blackbird. See, there's instructions for everything except Blackbird. It's like they just don't like that one. It's rude. Probes. All right. So, yes, these belts are way too long. We will trim them back in the end. We've got this. Which way does this go? Looks like it goes this way. So this will go up here. And we screw in to there. Okay. Let's go get our beacon probe. All right. What's the length of this? Figure out how long of a bolt we need. That's 22. 30. All right, there's a probe installed. Yeah, of course we are, JPP. So there's probes. Let's do hot ends. Torpedo. So does this just screw straight back in the plastic? Doesn't seem right. All right, well, let's get the hot end out. This is my third and final repeato that I have. Shout out to Steven Machado, who provided these repeato hot ends for the channel. Provided them a year and a half ago for the purpose of a stealth changer that never happened. And when it became clear that I was not going to be doing said project, I asked him if I could send these back to him, and he said absolutely not. Boo, to keep them and use them on something. And we have. One of them went into the Micron. That's just the regular high flow. I didn't put the ultra high flow adapter on there. But we might be changing that. Yeah. It's weird that it showed that it was shut down over there and said that it was fine on here. But anyway, so that's the story with the repeatos. So again, shout out to Steven for supporting the channel. Much appreciated. Great dude. Looking like he's going to be starting to stream too soon. So we'll have to look out for that. Check that out. He's been working on getting stuff set up for it. All right, we have the Fadus. So the Rapido 2 had an issue with the thermistor on it reading incorrectly. So Fadis has sent me new parts for all the for all three of my Rapidos. They've been installed into everything else, just not into this one yet. So we're going to go ahead and install that preemptively. Let's see if I can get you a camera over here so you can see what I'm doing. This camera is not the greatest quality, but it'll do. So we are taking these screws out. Then there's a set screw on the side. Loosen that up. Take that out. Drop the new one in. Put our screws back in. Then what we're going to do real quick is we're going to check and make sure that this lines up in some way that makes sense. So that goes there. No. I think I can work with that. So you can, because there's 4 screws on the top and 3 on the bottom, you can kind of rotate this to get wires to come out where you need them. Sometimes it doesn't come out exactly where you want them. You can kind of rearrange how that works a little bit because of the way those holes are. Tighten down our set screw. There's that. 3D Medic Vince, how's it going today, sir? All right, now one of these boxes has some thermal grease in it that's already open. It's not this one. Not this one. Where'd my thermal grease go? I mean, I've got more packets of it. I'd just rather not. You know what I mean? Well, I guess we are. Unless I put it in here, knowing that I would need it in this one. Nope. All right, so we need to get this heater off of here. So we need to unscrew this. Get our thermistor out of here. If you happen to have one of these and the screw-in type, Andy, have a good day. Thanks for stopping by. Put thermal grease inside of the hole where the thermistor goes, and then screw it in. I found that it helps significantly with the temperature readings. So the issue is with these is that so for instance, mine was reading 260 degrees on the thermistor, but the actual temperature of the nozzle itself, so even hotter up at the thermistor, where the thermistor was, it was reading 290 degrees at 240. It was actually at a 240 reading in Clipper. The temperature was actually at 270 on the nozzle. So you can imagine that having variation 20 to 30 degrees between what Clipper thinks it is and what it actually is at the nozzle, even hotter up at underneath the sock where the heater is, it's going to cause quite a few printing problems. Oh crap, I needed to put the whatchamacallit in there first. So this heater still had thermal paste on it, so not going to change that. Stuff's messy, but what we are going to do is put thermal paste down in this hole where this thermistor goes. It's got a little glass bead. The new one has a little glass bead. Focus. You're not going to focus, are you? Got a little glass bead that goes inside this hole, and we're going to put some of this thermal grease in there so that the heat transfers to the thermistor so it reads properly. We're just going to squeeze that down in there. Get in there. Run our wires up here. Move our thing up into position. That's going to hold the thermistor in there and hold the heater on there. Let me go get paper towel. Finally found the needles and cleaning filament to unclog my hardened nozzles on Mark 4S. On a side note, you ordered Core 1 conversion kit on Sunday. Shipped out Monday, and we'll be here Friday. That's awesome, man. Core 1 looks like a pretty cool printer. Now, there's some people that have some issues with it, but I'm not making any judgments or whatnot on that situation because I don't have one to put my 2 cents into it. So I won't. All right. And yeah, so purge filament is great to have around. I take and I'll heat my my nozzle up with a blowtorch, and then take and use purge filament on it after I've gotten it unclogged. Just push everything out, get all that carbon buildup out of there. All right. The hardened nozzles that these come with are 0.6s, unfortunately. Now, let me get a little zip tie. Strain relief. Print. 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 All right. So this gotta go back in here. This can go in here. That I need on there. Then we need to get out the little baggie of hardware. All right, we're gonna put this here block and this all in this bag. It's all stuff we swapped out. Get our screws to attach the hot end. Luke, have you ever done one of these arch type hot ends? Arch type tool heads, rather? Dun, 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 dun. All right, now let's go over here. Get our fan. We've got GDS time, 24 volt, 2510 fan. No idea where these wires should come out at. Put it down here and then, I don't know. Doesn't really say in the thing. What size screws do we need for this? 10. Doesn't even call out anything. Or 2.5 by 16. I don't know that I have anything that size. 2.5. Huh. We're going to need to do something here because those aren't going to screw in there right. Might work fine if you were printing this in ABS or whatnot, but in this, it does not want to go in there. See if that opened it up a little bit. All right, there we go. So we just need to use this to get this started a little bit with these self tappers, and then we can screw the other ones in after. Just this being such a harder material, I think it's the problem. I think ABS would work fine. Come around, make sure we get these started before we put the fan on there. All these holes. My hand is cramped. Shit, man. All right. Need to give my hand a break. So, how was everybody's Monday? I'm gonna go over here and see if get that information over to. Ducks. Blackbird has no answers. Video guy. Video guy that doesn't work. There we go. This hot end does work with tube, by the way. And I think it has a filament cutter. So if by some chance I ever get a tube, this is the hot end that'll probably go onto the Trident. We'll clean up our mess that we have made while we give my hand a break. Got some people lurking in chat. Nobody's chatting though, so I don't really know what to say to entertain everybody. My hands are just not having it over here. Let's clean this off with. This thermal paste is not something you can just go buy. I looked for it. It's not like thermal paste for a computer. Thermal paste for a computer won't take the temperatures that our hot ends get to. Slice sells it in a little tube. That's the only place I found that sells it. So I like to save it as much as possible. Allen wrenches in there. Put all this back in our box. All right. Let's try to get some more screws into this thing. Shout out to LDO kits for coming with extra screws, because that's where these screws came from. Well, that's not good. It just cracked. Got one small little crack right there. Ay, falling over my chair. One little crack right there. If need be, I'll reprint this later, I guess. Let's see. That's gonna go there. Ducks are gonna go over here. Oh, other way, other way. Ducks are gonna go down here somehow. I don't know. Next up on the list is extruders. And this goes gonna go just like so. Oh, let's see. So this is gonna go on there like that. And then this. Trying to figure out how this all goes together. All right, let's take a look. That goes there like so. All right, well, the other probes have this little piece that goes above them that some of these ducts kind of slot into, but the beacon doesn't have that. These ducts don't even seem long enough. Okay, here we go. We've got this plate. Kind of fits there. And then that would go like so. But again, these ducts don't seem long enough. All right, so if I go in here, yeah, this says I need medium. Now, if I compare that to the duct over here and the stuff that I actually printed, yeah, that seems right. All right, so we need to reprint some stuff. Cooling. %. Or even 10:30. I thought I had bent fiber on PPA. Zero. All right, let's go back over here. Go back over to the micron. We're gonna try to print this with Polymaker's official settings, and we're gonna go over here to slow. Slice this plate. No, still streaming. We're about to call it though. Well, there goes the Trident. She made it partway through the print and shut down. All right. Turn on the heater. Not that this necessarily needs it, but I do find that it works a lot better if hold on, there's it. Temperature 320. Timer too close. Yeah, we're gonna change out that pie. So we are at almost 1 o'clock. We're going to call it there for today. I'm going to go make some lunch. This afternoon we'll be back making some Nerf blasters. Are we making Nerf blasters later? She said yes. So we'll be back later making some Nerf blasters. I'm going to print off these ducks and go from there. Y'all take care. Come back later. And we'll finish this up tomorrow, this tool head. Later, y'all.